Hey, and we're live, I guess, theoretically. Hello and welcome to the Legends of Tabletop podcast. We're getting ready to start our second session of COREthulhu. This particular adventure is Rock and Rye. This is going to be part 2. And I'm just going to kick it over to, well, let me say this. We're play testing new mechanics. So while this is like a mini campaign, we're testing out some new things for version 3, which I am theoretically working on, more just thinking about a lot and just berating myself for not writing anything down, but it's a whole different thing. So I'm going to kick it over to Kevin and it will figure some shit out. I don't know, whatever.
So everybody was at Addie's speakeasy, I guess it would be called, club. I forget what we said last time. It was destination, the Black Bottom Passage. So everybody has some kind of connection to that. While you were there, you got a call to meet across the street the new boss of the Buffalo family, Peter Messina. When you went to speak with him, he gave you a Christmas present of a nice hamper with, what do we say, cheese and salami and olive oil and pasta, all kinds of stuff in there. But he also asked you to do a job for him. And I think each of the characters had a relationship or were trying to build that relationship up with the new boss. So Messina and his I guess the big guy with no neck, who they called Vinny the Neck, standing next to him, gave you a job to do, which was to drive up to St. Catharines, Ontario, to meet with some members of the Toronto mob who were aligned with kind of the Buffalo. There was some relationships with the old boss of the Buffalo mob. So you were going to go up to St. Catharines to pick up a truckload of illicit booze to bring back with you to Buffalo. I think Kurt's character, Arthur, took that as kind of learning some new paths up for to help him on his business of connections and knowledge. And I think everyone else was just trying to play it as getting in with the new guy, doing a favor, getting some cachet with him. And during that time, it was Leonard discovered that Messina is kind of into the occult, and I think we left off with a tarot reading that Leonard did for Messina. So what we came back with was a Page of Swords reversed, which was the past. So that was unfortunate circumstances in the face of adversities. The second card was Nine of Cups reversed, present, absent of upright qualities. And then the third and final card was the Fool reversed for the future. And that was carelessness, indecision, and lack of control. So that was kind of the vibe that you had all left Messina's office to go back to across the street to the Black Bottom Passage and get ready for the job coming up. And I think we said it was it early evening or late afternoon? And I think it was about an hour and a half, an hour to 2 hours, depending on the trip to the meet. And I think that was kind of where we left it off last time.
Yeah, I think it was in the evening for sure.
Okay. And I think there were some discussions about whether to do it that night or the next day.
He pretty much was like, yeah, go. You need to go.
Okay. So I think everybody was back across the street at the passage. So, and I think everyone was, I think there was a round of drinks that went around, and that's where we left it off. So if you guys want to discuss the next steps or planning or who has what to get you there, and Vinny will also be making his way over. So if you guys want to discuss some stuff before Vinny comes over, or do you want to wait for him to come over and see what bag of tricks he has to give you? I'll leave that up to you guys.
I think we did like a celebratory shot, and then there was the ominous backfire of the car as we closed out. I thought somebody had a car, right? Did Addie have a car? Is that what it was?
No, Arthur. Don't
I think
you
it was
have a
Arthur.
car?
Oh, Arthur. Okay, yeah.
Arthur's the runner.
Oh, true. Yeah.
How do you think we're gonna get from point A to point B, huh?
Arthur's got away.
All of your documents, they're all in order. I presume you have the insurance and all of it.
Yeah, if you want to look in the glove compartment, everything's all good.
It's parked right out front. It's parked right out front here.
Yeah.
Okay,
You can just look yourself, But I just let you know the name on the title of the car may be a little different. I go by something else as well.
Oh, I know all about that. I just, it's a company car, so I just need to make sure everything is all set. And Lorenzo kind of talks to himself and mutters as he walks out to check the glove compartment. I'm just gonna check. I'll be right back. I have another shot.
Good. Make sure you look over it really good. It hasn't had a good checkup in a while.
Yep. Of course, I'll do all of that. Thank you,
And,
Arthur.
Arthur kind of elbows Franky and is like, "Hey Franky, that's how you get like the double checks and stuff on your stuff done. You just get a guy like this, the guy that just pushes up his glasses and just wants to do all the work. You just let him do it."
Oh, that's a pretty good idea. Never I'm usually the guy that they have go around and doing the check stuff. So
I know, that's why I elbowed you. You're one of my guys too, and don't think I don't think that I don't appreciate you.
Oh, hey, I really like that. Thanks.
Yeah, we gotta us people. We gotta stick together.
Yeah. Just in case, right?
Yeah, of course. Just in case some other guy's gonna come and try to take a little tire iron and try to get me. That's what you're for.
Oh yeah, I got your back on that though, Artie. No worries.
Yeah. And then if you need a little something extra, like some smokes or maybe a nice scarf or something like that, I got your back.
Well, it does get kind of cold around here during the fall.
It does. You know what? I come upon a bunch of extra large mittens. If you need any of those, I got some of those for your big old paws.
Oh, that would be great, Artie. Thanks. Addie's really good. When it gets cold, she kind of lets me come in every once in a while. But that could be helpful.
She lets you inside sometimes. Oh, that's good.
Addie's kind of like, I know he wears. I'm not trying to freeze anybody to death. We're just doing it here.
I didn't mean anything by it.
Oh no! I don't. Yeah, I don't mean it, Addie. I appreciate it. That's all I'm saying.
Sometimes I bring you a hot toddy too. I try to keep you warm out there. I know it's cold.
Oh, so do you tie it around his neck and have him kind of trot out in the old wilderness, and then he comes back and then he's all nice and warm, like one of those Saint Bernards?
Oh, actually, that might not be a bad idea because that way I can still keep my hands free.
No, I just give him a drink. Artie, he's not a. What?
Leonard pulls down his cuffs and straightens his coat, his vest and everything.
I treat my people good, Artie. I'm just saying, I treat my people good. Everybody, listen, I am loyal to my people. My people are loyal to me. That's just, we're
no offense. I mean, he's got all of his fingers in his toes, so that's the big thing, right?
Addie just is muttering to herself and walks off.
I am missing half of my pinky toe on my left foot, but that's because of a dock accident. That had nothing to do with working at Addie's.
Oh, okay, all right. I got very concerned there for a second. I thought I almost had to eat my words, so I'm glad I didn't have to.
So Arthur, your car should be able to make it. It's not gonna be a problem.
Oh, you know it. I've got
You have enough room
some
for
of the
all of
best
us and the
guys that
booze?
can. Yeah, well, even though I'm the guy that gets things. Sometimes there's things I don't know. Like how some things like I don't know, like Franky sometimes doesn't know math. Like sometimes like I don't know things about cars, but I got guys for cars. That kind of thing. So we're all good.
So while
And then
you're
we
saying
got-
that, sorry, go ahead, Kurt.
God. No, I was just gonna say, and you got Lorenzo just double checking too. So you know what? I think we're all straight.
I don't think he'd know his ass from a tailpipe.
So
Well,
right when
I
you're
don't know.
talking, you cutting in. Sorry, go ahead.
Kevin, come on! I'm trying to role play. here. No, it's okay.
Stop
Go
trying to
ahead.
move the story along, Kevin.
Look, Kurt's on
That's
fire
okay.
tonight. Just let him go.
No. I'm stepping out of the spotlight. Bye. Please don't.
When
All right.
Arthur was talking about his car, I was just going to say Vinny walks in and kind of taps him. He comes up into the discussion that you guys are having and puts his arm on or puts his hand on Arthur's shoulder and says, "You guys will be going up in, I guess, Arthur's car. You're saying, but you'll be driving a truck back, so Arthur doesn't have to worry about any, fake floorboards in the bottom of his car to stick the booze in. So." The job is to go up, pick up the truck, and bring it back. So if you go up in one car with Arthur driving, I'm assuming Arthur's driving, it's his car, right? And he gives him a bump in the shoulder and just says, one of you would just have to then help drive the truck back, following Arthur back.
Oh,
Seems like a pretty straight shot.
Can anyone else drive?
sure, I can drive. What do you mean? Can't you all drive?
I mean, of course.
I mean, I never had the chance. So,
Uh,
I mean, we live in New York. Everything's within walking distance. Come on. Who needs a car?
5 miles walking distance.
So
When it's
Vinny
Franky,
looks
it's a
around
short- It's a short trek.
Vinny says, "Well, it's about an hour and a half. It's not that short." Oh, you meant walking around the town. Yeah, that's really short. That's a really short trek. But I think Arthur, if you could do the boss a favor, if you could drive the truck back, if you wouldn't mind someone else driving your car back, I think you'd be more comfortable if you drive the truck back. You've got the old touch when it comes to driving stuff that we don't want anyone else to see. So I think he would be more comfortable if you brought the truck back and you just let someone else drive your car back.
You got a boss, and then he kind of he goes to slap him on the shoulder, and then he thinks better of it and just kind of puts his arm down. No, that's probably not a good idea.
I mean, Vinny does look, is Vinny the Neck. He does look like a big, imposing, moose nose kind of guy. But when he was up in with Messina before, obviously he's kind of his right-hand man or, standing next to him. He does seem, pleasant and personable with you or just in general. He's not a very closed off kind of grumpy guy. So, he does try to come off as, someone approachable and things like that. But yeah, I don't know how far the personal jokes will go. I guess you're, and this is, like I said, this is kind of a new organization at the top, right? Taking over from the old boss. So these are kind of, Messina kind of brought in his own people. So, maybe Vinny's not someone you're all comfortable with or worked with in the past or seen around a lot as maybe from the old guard who was here before. So, but he is trying to come off as, a guy you can chat to, not a complete stoic, gives orders and walks away kind of guy. So
It's one of those moments where you go to hit him on the shoulder and you go,
Yeah.
stop. So I think that the 5 of you are there. Lorenzo went to go check on some paperwork and things like that. Is Lorenzo then back with everyone else, or is he still just running around?
It depends if all the paperwork was in order or not. Is that a brains roll to figure that out, or? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, let's do a brain. Yeah, go ahead. Do a
No,
brain
you don't
roll.
have to do that.
Well, so with our,
I did the insurance papers myself. I set it all up. It's Arthur's car, so it has to be Arthur who drives it.
Well, Vinny hears you say that and says, "Well, the boss wants someone driving the truck back. Unless one of you are comfortable enough driving the truck back,
How do you drive a truck?
Hey, Lorenzo, it's fine. We'll have Arthur drive the truck, and then I think Addie said she wanted to drive.
Oh well, that's probably. I mean, if it's that might work out, I suppose. I'd be all right with that, I guess. Just kind of like sheepishly turns and kind of. It's fine. I just put my paperwork back together. Everything is in order as far as that's concerned. So I guess if Addie were to drive back the car when someone else was driving the truck, that would be fine.
Sure thing, Lorenzo. I'm sure I can handle it.
So Vinny says, "Don't worry, Squints. The paperwork that normally would be, I mean, it's 1920s. I don't think there's like passport checkpoints or anything like that." So Vinny says, Arthur will make sure that the less paperwork needed is the way we go. So as long as you're happy with whatever Arthur has for the car, any other paperwork, Arthur will sort by taking you around any paperwork that's needed.
Oh no, Arthur's always been very good at keeping things in order, so I'm fine with that.
Hey, Vinny, the truck's going to be loaded when we get there, or we just pick it up?
Yeah, just pick it up and drive it back. The place you'll be going is a place called Queenston Vineyards in St. Catharines. You won't be so this area of Ontario is famous for ice wine, which is grapes that are frozen and then they turn it into wine. But the boss doesn't want. So this pickup won't be for any ice wine. It's just it's a convenient halfway point between Toronto and Buffalo for the meetup. So that's why this place was chosen. Obviously, it's a vineyard, so it's a little secluded. You're not going into downtown or any high traffic area. But yeah, don't bring back any wine. We don't want any ice wine. It's the other good stuff that the boss went. Vinny kind of looks at Squints when he says it's dangerous.
Right, Franky actually tilts his head at him.
Yeah, I was gonna say Vinny tilts his head kind of at. Everybody kind of looks at the same time.
Oh yeah, that fucks with Lorenzo. Like, oh, he shrinks under everybody's gaze. Like, oh, okay.
Do we have to count cases? What are we expecting to bring back? We don't want to be short for the boss, right?
I don't think there's any need to count cases, whether it's good point.
I'm sorry. Yes, we're counting the cases. There's a manifest involved. We're counting the cases, Leonard.
So the boss didn't tell me there was
this.
a specific amount of cases in there. I just know it's a full truckload. So
do we have a manifest yet, Kevin? I'm sorry.
Manifest.
I don't think there's a manifest, Lorenzo.
What?
This is the
There's
kind of job
always a
where
manifest.
it's all about. It's thereabouts. As long as it doesn't look like a quarter of the truck is empty, I think the boss will be happy. That'll be your manifest.
So basically what you're saying is as long as we open the truck and it's filled, we're good.
Let's just say if Squints needs a manifest and needs numbers, let's just say if a truck's this big, as long as there's not this much of the box is missing, I think the boss will be happy. So
Don't worry, Squint. If the truck's missing any, if it looks like it ain't filled, then we'll make them fill it before we leave.
Lorenzo is visibly sweating at the prospect of there being no invoices.
So Vinny goes over and puts his arm around Squints and goes, "Don't worry, the boss isn't saying you're responsible for this. Just get the truck and bring it back."
So does the full truck include the ones that you're going to be giving to me, or Do we take those out afterwards?
Your boxes are all packed in the front near the cab, so those will be in there.
Oh, all right, all right. Well, I just wanted to check because I didn't know. I didn't want it to seem like I was taking anything.
And then Vinny gives you a wink on the sly. Don't worry, we got you covered.
She's like, wink.
He says wink.
Like very like it's very obvious. There's nothing sly about it. She just like pauses and stares at him, and then it's like
It knocks him back a little bit. How powerful the wink is.
He takes damage.
Roll for wink.
So speaking to Lorenzo's question on whether it's going to be dangerous, it shouldn't be dangerous, but we're in a dangerous line of work. So how prepared are all of you on protecting yourself on the dangerous front? And he kind of looks over to Addie, and maybe Vinny kind of knows that what Addie has under the bar, and just says, I don't think you'll need that. I got something else for you if you need it.
Well, you no, go ahead, Addie. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, I was just gonna say, like, what do you mean I don't need that?
I think you'd rather leave that here. It's not the most discreet instrument. I think that's more for making a big noise and scaring a lot of people.
You play the flute?
Yeah,
You can ask
ain't
Arthur.
that what?
You don't want to be scaring
Ain't
a
that
lot
the
of
point of
people.
it?
Yeah,
She
not for
pulls
this job.
out the baseball bat, and she's like, well, I mean, all right, I'll just bring fuck around and find out here if you insist.
Vinny, you say this is dangerous. I mean, I have worked, with the boss. I mean, usually it's like a one-on-one kind of thing, and he, like, puts his hand in his pocket and kind of like fiddles around and he pulls his hands back out, and he's like, well, I mean, like, this isn't the thing I normally do. You don't think it's too dangerous, do you?
So I don't think the boss thinks this is going to be dangerous, other than what Arthur's usually. So Arthur, tell him this isn't kind of any more dangerous than anything Arthur would do anyways. I just want to let you guys know that it's not the meat that's going to be dangerous. It's what you're bringing back and where you're going. Don't want you to get into any danger.
Yeah, the worst thing you worry about is the cops. And you know what? I don't think you want to bring a bat to a gunfight, but we got to have something just in case.
No, Vinny says, no,
And then
the bat's
Franky
fine.
will actually like open up his coat and reach into the shoulder holster, and he's like, "No, you bring a gun to a gunfight." And he like pulls out the Smith and Wesson. He's like,
Jesus Christ, everyone!
So then Vinny puts up his hands and goes, "Go put it away." So
"Oh, sorry, Vinny, sorry."
so Addie, you can bring the bat. The bat doesn't make a bunch of noise. Leave the
I got
find
it, I
out.
got
bat.
it.
Yeah, find out makes a bit too much noise. I don't think Arthur's a tough guy, but he also is a smart guy. He finds the ways around so you're not getting yourself into trouble. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't, and so
That's fair. That's fair. Listen, I don't want to cause any problems, and I don't want to do anything that's going to get anybody into any trouble. I just like to be protected, and I like to take care of everybody and make sure that, nobody's going to get hurt. And sometimes the bat's just not enough, and you really got to pull out the shotgun. But if you don't think I need the shotty, I'll just leave it here. It's fine.
So when you say that, and after Vinny tells Franky to put his gun away, well, I mean, you're at Addie's place, right? So it's not like, I'm sure there's not a bunch of cops around. If you pull
Yeah,
out the
no,
gun.
no, not at all.
But so then Vinny will reach into his jacket and pull out like a cloth wrapped, well, not cloth wrapped, like
Like a handkerchief?
yeah, I'm trying to yeah, that sounds good, a handkerchief. So he'll set it down on the table, and it looks like there's kind of two different lumps in this handkerchief, and so he
Ooh, presents. I mean, shiny presents for a girl. I like it.
so then he'll slide part of the bundle over to Addie and leave the other hand shaped with a point sticking out under the handkerchief on the table. And he'll say, so Franky's good, obviously. I'm sure Arthur will make himself prepared. And then, so Addie, think of this as a trade-off for bringing Find Out. You can take that one. So there's one more piece of staying out of danger that you can have. And he kind of looks to Leonard and Lorenzo, and he's got his hand on it, and he's kind of moving it back and forth.
You know the way to a girl's heart, I swear.
I make a show of grabbing it, but kind of like gingerly, and kind of looking at it, turning it over, and like, okay, well, hopefully we don't need these, and sticks it in his pocket, his coat pocket.
So what is it that I have in my gear now?
It would be a Colt M911.
Ooh, good stuff.
So one of each. So after Leonard takes it, Vinny looks at Lorenzo and says, with a name like Squints, I don't know if you were looking to go grab that, or are you happy with Leonard and Addie? I can go get another one if you need, Squints, but
Lorenzo swallows the vomit he just spit up at the prospect of having a weapon and being in any sort of combat situation. No, I'm fine. I'm fine, Vinny. Really, I'm fine. I don't need any sort of a weapon.
I slap you on the back. Are you gonna be okay?
Oh, yeah, thank you, Leonard. I'm not very good around weapons. I'm not.
Well, that's why
not
we didn't
good.
give you one, right? I mean, it's
Right, that's best for everyone, I think.
so
But don't you worry, Renzo. We'll take care of you.
So Vinny then says to Addie, why don't you give Squints a nice shot of the medicinal on me, but none of the rest of you, no more drinks for the night. You can drink when you get back, celebratory drinks afterwards, but go ahead and let Squints have some to settle his stomach.
Yes, sure. This is going to settle my stomach.
It's some drambuie. It's good for you.
Drambuie.
It's got cordials in it.
Yeah, the monks made it. It's for when you're not feeling well. It'll make you feel better.
The monks know what they're doing, so I
Right.
guess this is
Like
probably
it's
fine.
for coffee. And if you're ever not feeling good, it's kind of minty.
Oh,
Can we take some ginger ale with us? Maybe we can't get him some ginger ale in the car.
oh, ginger ale sounds nice.
Do we have some ginger ale?
Three people go no. Careful yelling.
I know a guy that can get you some ginger ale if you need some.
Yeah,
Arthur's got a hookup.
already. We need ginger
Kevin,
ale.
how are we doing on time?
We haven't even left the
through
station yet.
adventure?
The more
We haven't even gotten on the train.
It's a train too? I thought it was
We
a
haven't even
fucking
bought the
car.
tickets.
Yeah, exactly.
Why the tickets? I didn't even
We
know
have the
that was part of
documents for
this.
the tickets. Sorry, I'm playing. Lorenzo.
No train, car and truck. Drive up with the car and bring the truck and the car back. No train.
No, thank
Yeah, all of a
God.
sudden we piss Vinny off. He's just like, Jesus, just get in the cars and go.
So Vinny's quite amused, right? So he's trying to make friends also, right? Because he's new and he knows that all
Oh,
of
he's
you,
lonely.
Well, friendship is money, right? So
Vinny, you can take my spot if you want.
I'm his
I
money
don't
friend.
think go.
So Squints, if you took my place and I took yours, you got to go take care of the boss and keep an eye on him and
Jesus, take care of the boss? What are you talking about?
not that kind of take care.
Oh, okay.
Look out for the boss is what I meant to
Oh,
say.
right. Of course. Oh, that's always.
No, you're going on this. I got to stay with the boss. I'll be here. I'll be here hanging out, waiting for you guys to get back. And then when you guys get back, we'll go over and talk to the boss and tell him about your success. Because I know this will be a success, and it will be good for all of you, and it'll be good for us. And he kind of fake raises a drink and says salute.
That's
I
right,
have faith in
Vinny.
you guys.
And then you just hear.
Oh, is that the ginger ale?
Foley work over there.
Ginger ale.
I think you got to make it flat though for Lorenzo's stomach,
There's
right?
too
does it
many
have to be
bubbles.
bubbly?
It's just way too many bubbles.
You gotta eat some more spicy food. You need to make your stomach like.
Oh, don't even get me started on
You need to
spicy
make it
foods.
tougher, and that way you won't have this problem. You just like burn away everything that's gonna like bother you.
That sounds horrible, but I mean, if you think it's a good idea, I might try it. I don't know.
Lots
never-
of beer and spicy food. I'll fix it.
Lots of beer and spicy food. Okay.
Yeah, so maybe we should get going, huh?
Yeah, it's time.
Oh right, we've got like an objective.
And a road beer.
Wait a minute, are you driving? Sorry.
We got a couple hours. Don't worry. Aldi will sober up by then. It's fine.
Oh right, yeah. Okay.
You don't do a road beer?
Sometimes I do. Yeah, I do. Sometimes I do. You know.
I be telling.
Frank-
It just totally makes you more calm. It's driving's much easier. Like it's just the way to go. You should always have a road beer.
Wedding.
Franky will lean over to Addie and be like, I don't think Squints has ever actually had a beer, let alone a road beer.
I drank. I
No.
Oh yeah. I know you do. Yeah. And like super big over the top wink to Addie.
I saw that, Frankie. Hurt. Anything else? Anybody?
So after Vinny gave the salute, he kind of looks at you all again and heads towards the door and gives a little bit of a shrug. It'll be fine. You know, he's delivered his message. He's gave
Sure,
you
everything
he's
will be fine.
given you all the information you need. He's given
Famous last
you
words.
some protection and stuff. And so Arthur's worked with it before. So obviously he had Messina and Vinny have confidence in Arthur. Arthur's done a lot of jobs for him, and they know all of you. They don't know you as well as maybe the relationships that you guys had with the old boss, but they're trying to make sure they're making friends and influencing people, right? It's not all just a power thing. It's all, a personal thing too, right? It's any kind of organization like that is all the connections and people. So, he's happy. They picked you for a reason. They think, it'll be good for you guys. It'll be good for them, making connections, making those relationships, things like that. So everybody's happy. Everybody's got guns now. You've got directions and you have some plans. So I think Vinny's happy. So he heads back out to the door and across the street.
I think as we leave, I think Leonard snags the bottle of whiskey or scotch or whatever the hell we were drinking from, and just snags it on the way out.
Okay. That sounds good. So there's road drink and road shots for you guys on the way there.
What could go wrong?
Okay, so then I guess it would be Arthur. I don't know where your car is, how far away, or if it's just parked out front, or you have someone
Yeah, I
come
think it
and
would just
fetch it
been
for you?
parked out front. Yeah.
Okay. So, good.
I was going to say Leonard moves to like the passenger side door, with the assumption that he's going to sit, and then he, kind of like looks back and is like, ah, shit. And then he opens up the door for Addie.
I'm sorry. What did you say again?
Leonard walks towards the car to like slide into the passenger seat.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's kind of like, highfalutin a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then, he looks back and he's like, ah. And, and he steps away and like opens up the door so that you can sit up in the front.
Ah. Well, she gets in with her bat. Make yourself comfortable.
So I'm assuming the back seat, I can picture it. It's Leonard and Lorenzo on either side, and then Franky kind of stuck in the middle of the back seat.
No, I was gonna
Oh
say
yeah,
Lorenzo
Frankie's
was
riding in the middle, but he's like kind of hunched over and like all cramped up.
See, no, I figured we put Lorenzo
What's the
in
better
the middle.
silhouette here? This is very
And
important.
squash
What's
him
the
in
better
the middle.
silhouette? Yeah, is it Lorenzo, tiny Lorenzo, just like ugh, oh?
I know. Well, how big is Leonard?
I don't know if I have a description on here. Let me see.
It's not taking up that much space.
We need to get this. We need to get this right, everyone.
I don't have a
I feel
description.
like Franky is like man spreading the hell out of that too. Like he's
Oh
just
yeah.
Oh God,
I
yeah.
think
taking
Leonard
over
too.
that back seat, like one of those.
I think he's like tall and thin, not like super tall, but like like 5'11". Whatever would be the appropriate weight, like a $180, right? $170, something like that.
Yeah.
All right, let's put Squints in the middle then. That makes more sense.
I imagine like I close the door for Addie and then step back to get in the back seat and you just push Lorenzo into the middle.
Easy.
I think I'm helping though.
Going.
And then I reach across Leonard or Lorenzo to you and I pass you the bottle and I'm like, long drive.
All right, so we're gonna head out.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think, Kurt. Let's have. So I think we said it. It was a bit later at night. I think we said so. It is December, but I think we did say it was kind of clear. It wasn't like stormy or snowing or anything like that. Even though you're in Buffalo and they're used to tons and tons of snow, so it's just a clear night. So let's have Arthur make a roll for there's not motorways or highways to get there, and Arthur kind of knows the best ways to get from one place to another. So let's have Arthur make a roll on how good they're going and what time they're making. So I'm guessing that would probably be like a brains roll.
Okay. Can I use Streetwise as like a skill to be like, okay, well, I can hit some of these back roads, and if it's the wind's kind of hitting a certain way, I can use it to my advantage to kind of get it on our backs so that it doesn't take so much time.
Yep, sounds good to me.
Okay. I like the way you say that. Okay, so
Avoid the local checkpoints.
That's right. Know where the police are staked out normally, and I go around that. What's the DL for that?
That would be a DL3.
Okay. That is an 8.
Jesus. We're there. We did it.
6 plus 2.
Yeah.
That is an 8.
We just teleport.
I was going to say you teleport. You stole the words.
Who needs roads? And then it turns into a flying
Okay,
machine.
so
I was gonna say too. We hit 88 miles an hour and we're automatically there.
So you're making good time. So I think Vinny said it would be between 1 and 2 hours, depending on how you were doing that. So that would be closer to the 1 hour definitely, and
No cops. Like no
Yeah, I like that.
interference.
No interference by anything.
and maybe you're the way you're going. There's no stops. Because Arthur's used to taking the roundabout way to miss all those things. There's no cops. There's no things that you need to look out for. There, no one's following you. But maybe also that for Arthur, this seems like a good way to also come back, right? So if it looks like it's good this way going up, it's going to be good coming back this way. So you're not going to have to try to go a different way to come back. So maybe that it's a straight shot up and a straight shot back with good time.
Yep, I like that.
Okay, and then during this time, so was it So it's Addie and Arthur in the front, and once you get there to make the pickup, Arthur's going to drive the truck back, and then Addie's going to drive the car back. So I don't know if this is Arthur's baby or if this is just a throwaway car he picked up or anything like that. So I'll let you decide, how you describe the car and maybe some tricks and pointers to Addie for driving on the way back.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that because like I had that in my head like the whole time. Like that'd be kind of fun to be like, okay, so the thing with this car is when you start it, you got to give it 2 clicks. Okay, 2 clicks. You can't just start it on the first one. You got to give it 2 clicks.
Got it. 2 clicks. Okay.
Yep. But then if it kind of makes this little ay kind of thing, then you stop it and then you 3 click it and then it runs like a dream.
Ay and 3 clicks.
Yep. But make sure you turn it off for the 2 clicks and then do the 3 clicks.
Wait a minute, though. Artie, I thought you just said ay. Is it ay or just ay?
No. I was talking about the clicks. Or the clicks are 2 clicks, but the ay is it's 3. It's 3 ay.
Oh, so it's ay. Oh, all right.
Okay. So 2 clicks will start and it's fine. But then if it ay's, you have to stop it and you have to do 3 clicks. Did I get it right, Artie?
No.
Yeah,
no, Eddie, it's just ay. Just
ay.
Yeah, just ay.
Okay, let me try it again. Okay, so it's 2 clicks to start it, but if it starts to ay, then I stop it, and then it's 3 clicks. Do I got it?
You got it.
Sweet. Everything's fine. I told you, road beers help.
I feel like that's part of a song, maybe. No, Lorenzo, that sound familiar to you? The I part, it's just ringing a bell for me.
I was just, I don't know about any songs. I was just more concerned with the idea that the car has some sort of a problem that I didn't know about.
I think that song would make a little more sense if we lived down on the southern border. That would...
Oh, maybe that's it. I don't know.
Hey, just because it has a little hiccup every once in a while doesn't make that it's broke, Lorenzo. It's fine.
You gotta tell me these things. We can get it taken care of.
I just did.
Lorenzo,
Franky, I'm very
the car,
cultured. I can sing songs from all over, so don't you worry.
I mean, if you gave the car a good once over and there's something wrong with it, did you file the right paperwork?
I checked the paperwork. I don't know jack shit about the mechanical nature of vehicles.
Addie just starts singing some random song up front.
And then like Arthur is starting to he's still looking on the road, but he kind of looks back every once in a while and he looks at Lorenzo and goes, but then if you get the oh, then you know something's wrong and then you gotta pull it off to the side.
Is an oh now? Arthur, I have to know.
I'm just saying, my car does not do that because mine is a pristine model. But if some models of this car go oh, and then you know that you got a problem.
So it's either an oh or an I.
No, that's just mine goes to ay, and then the other ones, the bad ones go oh, but then some of them go ee, and then that's not the one. Like if that happens, then you know that the engine is shot.
You've completely lost me. I want to get this car.
What? One of these times I'll give you the manual. You can look through it. I know you like papers and paperwork. You can look at the manual. You like
I want to get it to the shop. I'm going to take it to the shop. We'll get all the IIIs taken out and all the UWOs and all the IIIs. We'll get it all taken out.
But
I jammed the bottle of liquor into Lorenzo's hand. He's having a moment. It's just boom, into your chest. Just take this.
You're feeding me like a baby, and I'm just spitting it all back out.
So with Arthur's walkthrough of his car and how it works, so let's just say, Addie, for when we're going back, if we have to do a check on like we did about the driving, you get a +1 to any roll that you make for coming back.
Nice.
Yes, and definitely XP. That I would say for Arthur and Lorenzo, we'll get some XP for that. And so, John, you'll be proud of me. I have a sheet up and I'm marking those down. So I will be able to say.
When I play with Kurt, I always mark it down.
Yep.
And then we'll confer if there's like any other stuff. I just didn't know if Kurt was in the habit of like marking that stuff down.
No, I got it all covered. That's the one thing. So make sure I'm not focusing too much on that at the expense of everything else. But yeah, so I do have a running tally on that. But that's good for Lorenzo and Arthur on that. That was pretty good. So we'll get some XP for that also. But
well,
yeah, so
I'm glad he said
Lorenzo? For me? No.
Or you're saying just for Arthur then? Okay, well.
Well, for the S end, right? So the S end is a
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had that. Oh yeah, I had that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm glad you said something because I wasn't marking it down because I was too busy working on my onomatopoeia in my head that I was like, I should worry about that first, I guess.
Glorious.
And then Addie will have a +1 on the drive back if she needs to make a roll for that.
Nice.
She got the very good descriptions from Arthur with all of his onomatopoeias.
Ay.
Exactly. Okay, so while this is going on, so as we said, you're making very good time. The whole discussions during this time are Arthur and Addie going over the car, and then also Arthur and Lorenzo and their discussions. And I think Leonard finally calms Lorenzo down a bit. I don't know how
Just
good
having none of it.
exactly. And Franky's probably just in the back seat, smooshed up against the window,
Rolling
looking
his
over
eyes.
at everybody.
Right. It's looking at the trees go by.
Yeah, exactly. It's nice, you've got that dark. It's not twilight, but it is that nice dark, and it's a clear night. You see all the trees with all the ice,
Full moon?
and snow on them. Full moon will make it we'll make it a full moon. That'll help
Very
me get the
nice.
werewolves into this later. So it's a nice clear night, so that makes sense that it would be a full moon. So, as we said, you're going to the Queenston Vineyards for the pickup, and you're driving through St. Catharines. As I said, it's equidistant between Toronto and Buffalo, so that it seemed like a good point for a pickup. So you're driving up to you see a sign for the vineyards, just like a kind of rustic wooden sign that just says Queenston Vineyards, and you turn off, and let's just say it's like a half a mile straight, kind of off the turn, and to either side you see all kinds of it's a vineyard, so you see all kinds of some grapes hanging with on the, I guess they are kind of like trellises, or the wooden frames where all the grapes are hanging off, and so it's about a half a mile drive up a straight with those on either side.
well, probably just the trellises now, right? If it's December.
Well, no, so this is what it is. So ice wine is grapes that are left to then freeze, and then when then they're picked later. It is a true thing. I don't think I've ever drank it because I'm not really a white wine kind of guy, but it is something where they leave the grapes out, and then they'll harvest them in the spring, and then that frost.
I thought they just froze them after the fact.
It's kind of counterintuitive, right? But it is they
Yeah.
leave it out, and then they turn it into the wine afterwards.
Interesting.
Nice.
Yeah, so there's some glistening. You see all these grapes. It is kind of as you said, it's kind of a surreal thing, right? You're not used to seeing grapes out frozen, hanging off of the trellises in the winter. But
I don't think that's supposed to work like that. You guys see that?
Oh, they missed the harvest. They're screwed.
That's a lot of money out there.
That's a lot of money. Lorenzo's sweating
wonder
at the
what
amount of money they're going to
happened.
lose.
Maybe they had an early freeze this year. I don't remember.
So while you're driving up, like I said, it's about half a mile, and you're all looking out and commenting on it. Arthur starts to see like a pole of headlights up ahead, and when you get a bit closer, let's do a what should we do?
Awareness? Is it like the equivalent of a spot hidden? Is that what we're doing?
Oh yeah, just to see, so you're getting a bit closer. So you're probably, about 100 feet away from this pole of lights. So yeah, let's everybody have a roll to see if they can see what's out in front of them. All you see is just kind of some glows of some headlights.
What's our DL?
Let's make it a DL 4 because you're kind of driving up and moving, and you're still a bit back from them.
It's like an awareness thing.
3.
Okay.
I got a 5, so beat it by 1. So just a simple yes.
Okay.
I'm on a 4.
So yes, but
Yes, but
Jesse got a no, but
3.
missed by 1. Missed
Yeah.
by 1.
I rolled 2 6s.
noise.
Damn. Yes, and sees everything.
Noise.
Okay. And
I
No
also got a
tears. I'm
6.
telling you.
so Arthur got a 6 also.
Road sodas. Road sodas.
Okay, so let's do Addie and Arthur first, and then I'll split this so this makes sense. So Arthur's kind of looking off. Christ, I have to remember which side the car's on and which side you drive on. Hold on, give me a second.
Left side.
Oh, right. Yeah.
No, it's not. Don't say that. So while you're driving up, well, actually, this is not a 2-lane road. So you're just driving up. So, Arthur's kind of looking off to the left a bit, and he'll see a truck, a big truck with, the canvas pulled over the back. And there's 2 men standing out in front of that. Addie looks off to the right and sees a car. And she also sees 2 people standing there. But one of them looks significantly shorter than the other one. So there's 4 people, 2 on the left that Arthur sees, 2 on the right next to the car that Addie sees, but one's looks like a normal size, normal height, and then there's someone else who looks like it even comes up maybe below shoulder height to that person. And you both get ands on that.
What should we do for an and?
You each get an and.
I know. Trying to think. So I see them and I want to say I recognize one of them from the bar. Is that possible?
Yes, we can make that possible. So the tall guy you recognize as someone who used to come in a lot in the past. And he was someone who had a relationship with the old boss in Buffalo. So maybe not Vinny level, but he was someone who maybe did some jobs or was affiliated with the old boss. So maybe not like Vinny, maybe also not like Arthur, right? But he was just maybe like a foot soldier. He was someone who had a relationship with the old boss of the Buffalo family.
Do I remember his name?
Yes. What kind of name do we want to give him?
Dance monkey.
His name will be
Gio.
John. Did you say John? I was going to say Johnny. Did someone else? Do I hear a Johnny?
Well, I said Giovanni.
Well, that would be Johnny, though, right? So Giovanni.
Oh, is it? Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, Giovanni, Johnny. So you can give him the nickname, Leslie.
Oh, we called him V.
Called him V.
Mm-hmm.
Giovanni, Johnny V. Oh, I'm not good with Italian names. I will come up with a good Italian.
Mascarpone.
Ooh.
That's a pasta, isn't it?
Mascarpone.
It's a type of cheese.
So
Kind of a sweet.
Giovanni, Johnny V. Mascarpone.
That is so bad.
We just alienated all of our Italian American listeners.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right.
Might as well have just named him Pasta Primavera or something.
Well, that would have been. I don't know.
That's you. That's you did that.
So Addie recognizes Johnny V. Standing there with the shorter guy next to the car.
Oh, I know. That's Giovanni. Wonder what he's doing here. He used to work with the old boss.
Yeah, maybe he switched sides. Maybe he
And
pissed
then-
off the new boss.
This is a good call, Addie. I like this. So then, Arthur, what's your and? If you
Arthur
can't think of
doesn't
something,
get
I have
shot.
something good.
No, we
Well, I
don't
had a
get shot.
couple of-
Arthur doesn't get shot.
Yeah, no kidding. Who's gonna drive
That's a bit
Uh,
macro. That's not micro, right? I think you're, you're trying to do a blanket
Yeah.
and.
Nothing ever happens to me again.
I get 3 wishes.
Yeah. You know what? Since you have something, Kevin, I'll leave it to you.
Okay, so let's say that Arthur looks over when Addie says, "Oh, I know that guy, Johnny V. You know, he used to work for the old boss." Arthur looks over and sees the short-ish guy next to Johnny V kind of point to the other two near the truck. And when you look back over, they've both pulled out Winchester rifles and they're pointing at you. But you're far enough away that you can then make a decision about what you want to do next.
And while you're doing that, since I just got the yes, I'm like, hey, the truck's over there. Right, like they're waiting for us.
So Addie goes, "Hey, I know that guy, Johnny V." Arthur looks over, sees the guy point, and then Arthur whips back over, and then Lorenzo says, "Hey, the truck's over there." Then Arthur turns back to the 2 guys and sees them, point rifles at him.
At
So-
us or at the other 2?
At you guys, at the car, at your car.
So the guys that Addie knows are pointing the guns at us.
So Johnny V standing next to the short guy next to the
Yep.
car. The short you noticed the short guy point to the 2 guys over by the truck. And when you look back over after Leonard says the truck's over there, when you look back over, the 2 guys next to the truck. So the truck's here. They're not like right in front of the truck. They're kind of next to the truck. They're not standing in front of it. They're a bit. They're not right in front of it. They're on the side of the truck. When you look back over, they're pointing rifles at your car. When you look back over to the 2 guys next to the truck are pointing rifles next at you. Sorry, I made that more confusing than it should be.
I would like to do a streetwise check to make sure that they're not going, like, to gauge their body language. Like, is it something where they're just pulling it just to make sure that it's us, or if they're doing it because they want to sabotage us?
Okay, streetwise,
Yeah, if you don't mind.
go for it. Oh wait, no.
Okay.
Before you make that one, so we did the yes ands. We did John just saying that. So Lorenzo and Franky, what were your results on the rolls?
Yes, but
So Lorenzo was a yes, but okay, and what was Franky?
I was a no, but
Okay, so you each get.
So I feel like John's yes, but's probably like, yes, he also sees it, but doesn't see any of the stuff that's happening.
Okay,
Right? Especially
yes.
squints, right? Like he's not going to.
yeah, yes,
So
yes, but I have no idea what's going on.
So let's say that Squint sees, all the 4 people,
There's
but
4
then
of them,
the 2 on each side. So then
on each side.
Lorenzo then focuses on the but he doesn't really see what's going on because he just hears Addie say about Johnny V. And
Can't see over the shoulders of the
and
people in
then
the front seat.
Lorenzo goes, "Oh yeah." Yeah, he's looking, he's craning through the headrest.
Is that 4 guys out there? I can't really see that far.
4 of them.
So then Lorenzo, let's say the but is then Lorenzo just gets focused on Addie saying that's Johnny V. So then Lorenzo's trying to see, oh, is that him? That looks like him.
Oh,
I
I
can't
remember
tell. Is that
Johnny
him?
V. I remember.
Exactly. So you're focused on Johnny V. So that's yours. And then
Yeah.
Franky's is a no but, right?
yeah. So I say I don't see them, but it's because I'm actually like cleaning out the the casing of my revolver. So I have it out, and I'm like just making sure that like everything's oiled up, just in case.
That
How
sounds
about
good.
this? You see the werewolf, but you see the werewolf.
He sees the werewolf, but he knows it's Amigo, so he's not confused.
End game.
No, that sounds good. So you've got your piece out, and your this is Franky's. This is Franky's fidget toy. He got his gun.
Right,
out,
exactly. Yeah,
spinning it.
yep. It's like my little spinner.
Exactly. Yeah, you're spinning it. Yeah, exactly. Okay, good. That sounds good. So that we've covered everybody's roles and their results.
Hey, you guys want to play a game?
I could go for a game. I could go for a game.
Is it? I always forget. Is it one shell in or is it?
One shell in.
And then okay,
one
not
shell in. Yeah.
out. Okay, I always get confused. Yeah, I guess
And then it all depends. You have easy mode where you spin it every time, but then there's hard mode where you only spin it once.
I haven't seen the Deer Hunter in a long time. I forget.
Oh, I don't want to play that game.
That sounds like a bad role-playing game. We don't want to play that one.
No.
All right. So then, Arthur, you wanted to do a Streetwise, right?
Yep.
Okay, just to get a vibe of the two guys pointing the guns at you.
Yep, for sure.
General vibe of the hospital.
Vibe check.
I think that's a different thing.
I'm liking their vibe. Yeah, those two, I like that.
I think that's more of a charm roll.
Oh,
I got you,
that
Artie.
There you go.
I make a very good wing woman.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, why don't you go check out, see what they're doing over there? Meanwhile, he's driving away. Oops, sorry. No, I would never do that. Yeah, so that was an 8 again.
Nice.
To get me some of those dice.
It's literally the same one every time. It's weird.
No, that's good, right?
That would have been a good then head on down to Midwest Resin Geek.
I was gonna say,
Exactly.
Where you always roll 6s.
Literally, that's it too.
Nice.
so I would say that the vibe you're getting from them is this is unexpected. They're not turning it just to make sure you're the right crew showing up. Their kind of feeling is there shouldn't be any other crew because the only crews that should have been here are the truck and the car. So they are pointing at you very hostilely.
Yeah. So Arthur looks to everybody and says, "We've been set up," and then he tries to oh god, what would he do? I think he would just try to okay, is it in an alley? What are we looking at as far as where we're at?
Dirt road, right?
Yeah, it's a dirt road up to, you're assuming deeper into the vineyard, maybe where there is a house or, the pressing rooms and all that kind of stuff. But you're driving up a dirt road. There is kind of an opening where the vineyards kind of drop off towards the end, and you see a truck on one side with its lights and a car on the other. So it is kind of an opening area. It's just not like a lane that you're on. It is a big opening where there's not, vineyards going up. So there is a big dirt area that these things are pulled off into. And you're heading straight up towards them.
And then how far are we from them?
Let's say you are. I'm trying to think. I'm not good at it. Let's say you're about 30 feet away from them.
Okay. Oh. So I'm trying to think if he would do some evasive maneuver where you try to just head back the other way, but I don't know if a car back then would be able to do something like that.
Serpentine.
Yeah, because you're just going up it's not a narrow dirt path, but it is just a dirt. It's not like a 2-lane road, but it's just so I don't know if you'd be able to turn around and power.
You can always
slide
just try to
and turn
blast
right.
past him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he does that. I think he just floors it and just tries to go right past him because he's like, if he tries to stop and then go backwards, it's just gonna be more. They're gonna be more sitting ducks. So like he'll just kind of gun it, and he might do almost like a deke where he like almost like does a thing where he like kind of goes like he's gonna go towards those guys that pull out the guns to try to see if they like scatter or not, and then he'll try to like go straight basically
Okay.
past them.
So, the road's going kind of straight up. The truck's kind of this way. The other car's kind of that way. Oh, you can't see. And so there is a bit of room that you can shoot through. Obviously, you don't know what's on the other side of that, but
Nope.
you're just trying to get out of this specific thing with pointing guns at you. And you said you're gonna kind of swerve at them to kind of spook them, but then keep going straight, right?
Yep.
Okay, let's see what kind of DL we want to give that. Let's make that a DL.
Right. So I'm sorry, I dipped. Is he trying to hit them?
He's trying to drive past them,
Okay.
but he's going to kind of deke at them for a moment and then kind of shoot through to the other side.
Okay.
So let's make this a DL5.
Okay.
And was that well, so not for everybody though, right? So like we were told so I meta.
Yeah.
Before I dipped out, I asked Kevin if there should be a shock check when Arthur exclaims, we've been set up. Because like for Leonard and for Lorenzo, I think, we were assured that this was like a cake run, and this is not something that we would normally participate in. This might be old hat for Franky and Arthur, maybe even Addie.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder then if that's like, oh shit, right? Because when you see monsters, you make a shock check, right? Because it's COREthulhu, it's Cthulhu, but also like if someone's trying to kill you, like that's not normal, right? Like that's like an oh shit moment. Right, it's your call. I asked the question because there is like the list encompasses other things other than like, oh, there's the monsters or magic or like whatever.
So I'm quite happy with that. The only question I have on a meta point also then, John, is so let's say there's a shock check now. Is there any kind of rules or any kind of feeling about, well, when's the next time you can make a shock check, right? So I just want to make
I think it would be when we were clear of the situation, right? And it would obviously depend on the result, and you would need to come up with the DL. Like maybe, okay, you're working for the mob, and he gave you guns, so like maybe it's not a complete surprise. So like maybe that's like a 3 or even a 2, right? Like even if you're like, well,
No, but what I'm saying is, so there's a shock check now because you guys, something's gone wrong, or you've been betrayed, or guys are pointing guns at you. That's a shock check. Let's just say, for argument's sake, you get past that, you make that shock check. The car's still driving, and you run into a bunch of werewolves. Can we make another shock check then? Right? It's that.
Oh,
is there?
Yeah.
Okay,
every
so
time some fucked up shit happens.
Okay, cool. Then that's fine. I'm quite happy.
Well, I would just for 2 cents, I would say just in general on like, or at least the way I view it, same as like you don't call the cops unless you're okay with somebody getting shot and killed. For me, like shock always has the potential to lead to trauma.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's a situation that could potentially be traumatic, then rolling on the shock table makes sense. So maybe not necessarily when they pull the guns out, but like if they start shooting at us,
That's fair.
then that might be something that could like lead to a shock roll. But again, that's like my personal view on it, and I like everybody's gonna throw different, but
Okay, so let's play it like this, right? So I can't remember what Lorenzo's rule before. Oh yeah, so yours was a no but so you didn't really notice, but you
I was
saw,
a yes, but so I
He was a
saw
yes,
them,
but.
but I didn't notice any of that stuff.
Okay, so then maybe let's play this that the shock roll doesn't affect Lorenzo now. To what Jesse was saying, let's see what comes next, kind of thing.
Yep.
For Leonard, yeah, let's just do it that right because it's all kind of bang bang right now. And
Yeah,
then let's see how
that's
that turns
fine.
out.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
cool. That sounds good. All right, so then it's Arthur trying to make a DL5 swerve and get through.
And with driving, that's Grace.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
make sense.
There it
All right.
is.
All right.
Cut the wheel, Tokyo Drift.
All right.
That's actually a 4.
A 4. Okay, so that would be a no. Can
What?
make sure I
Missed
get this
by
right,
one?
John.
No
Missed
but.
by 1. Yeah. No but. So Arthur tries to deke at the two guys with the guns and then drive through the middle where the truck and the car are. You aren't able to get through to the other side of the car and the truck, but you do clip one of the guys with the gun when you swerve, and you see the back end of the car hits him, and you see him flying into the truck in a very uncomfortable position. So here's how we can do a shock one. So the guy, the back end of
Lorenzo's already in shock, so
Arthur!
Arthur's back of Arthur's car fishtails and hits one of the guys with the Winchester, and he goes flying into the truck in a very unnatural position, hitting the truck.
What was that? What did you do?
they're gonna shoot us, Lorenzo.
What?
That's what guns are for.
I didn't see his guns. I'm looking back.
So I assume that's a shock check if he hits some dude.
That
in the
makes
car,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Lorenzo looks back
I'm
and sees
volunteering.
the dude's head on
Yeah.
backwards.
Yeah. Not good. I look back, I see the guns, and I see the broken bones and bodies.
What's so what are you thinking DL wise?
I think from what you had in for that, it would be a DL2. So, right, you're seeing a dead body. I think that was the one you wrote in.
Okay, I'm gonna roll 2. No, I got
Okay.
6.
That's psyche, right? Yeah, right. Yeah.
Psyche.
Yeah.
All right. My highest is a 5.
We're all okay with this.
Yeah, we're okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Is everyone
body.
rolling?
Everybody
Dead
rolling.
body, dead
if you
schmotty.
think you would be potentially,
I figure the dude's head hits the glass against me and then passes.
Yeah. I don't.
I mean, I feel like Addie's like, I've run a bar, honey. I've seen everything.
So a yes end
What
is yes and a flash of insight. So I think that like Leonard, reaches like he's like fumbling in his pocket to pull the pistol. He's like, oh shit, that's right. He gave us a pistol. He's like, don't worry, Lorenzo. We'll get him. We'll get out of here. It's fine. He's just fumbling, pulling the pistol out of his pocket.
Yeah, I'm upset that I passed that, but that's fine. So I had a 5. It was a 2, right? So I got a 5. So I had a yes and as well.
Okay.
So I think yes and I lied to myself that I didn't actually see what I saw.
There you go. Oh, he's fine.
We're
You know
sitting in
what?
the middle, right? So you've got all kinds of meat shields around you. So as long as you're in the middle, then you're fine.
Right, yeah. Yes, and I take comfort in the fact that I'm not in any direct harm right in this moment.
Okay.
Oh my!
So-
oh!
So Arthur got a 3, so he basically just got a straight yes, right? One over is a
Yeah,
yes.
beat it by one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, he does it, and like he's not shocked, but he's kind of shocked. He's like, "Holy shit, I just did that!" You know, that kind of thing. So he like kind of looks like he does that thing where like he does it and he doesn't realize what he's doing. Then he looks back and then he looks back again, like I can't believe I just plastered this guy out against a truck. And then he just pours on the gas.
All right, Franky.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point he's now aware of the situation and is ready to kind of return fire or, protect the people that he's been hired to protect at this point.
Okay. And then Addie was saying that, did we want Leslie to make a roll anyways, even though her character...
I rolled.
Oh,
I
you did?
rolled. Yeah,
Okay.
I rolled anyway. I got a 3, so I got a yes.
Okay, so you're like, okay. I
So
rolled the
Addie's
bar.
just looking over at Arthur, and she's like, Artie, that's like 5 points. That was really good.
All
You know
right.
me, I like the points.
Mark him down. Then Lorenzo has his notebook out and he's writing down, gets his pencil.
How many points? It was 5, you said?
5 points.
Yeah.
We're keeping score.
Yep. -1 because it's a stationary target, but +1 because it's dark, so it kind of evens out. So
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
So after that, the the guy with the one Winchester goes crumpling up against the truck. The other guy with the Winchester then kind of runs over to try to look at him. Arthur's trying to then floor it to get through the rest of the way because he kind of swerved, hit the guy, and he's trying to get back straight to then shoot through between the car and the truck. And right at that time, all of you kind of have this really weird sensation come over you. It's not that you're tired or it's just all of a sudden you kind of all feel like you're locking up, you're distracted, you're not focusing on what you're trying to do at this moment, whether that's Addie giving encouragement to Arthur to drive, Lorenzo writing down the points that Arthur got, Franky with his gun. I think Leonard said he was also pulling his gun out. So everybody give me a roll against...
Maybe a health roll? Like, is it a physical resisting of something, or is it more of like, is it like a psychic attack?
It's a psyche roll, so give me a psyche roll, and I won't tell you at the moment what the DL is for the second.
Oh no!
Psyche roll.
I think there's no critical fails.
Yeah.
Maybe we can play test something.
I got 2 1s.
Oh.
No.
Fuck these dice.
Throw them in the garbage.
I just got a 6 on my psyche roll.
You got a
Ditto.
6?
I did. This is bullshit. I have a 2 in psyche for a very specific reason.
The strongest mental character.
Okay.
I got a 4, a 5, and a 6.
Yeah.
Nice.
6.
Nice.
All straight.
Let me double check on.
Yahtzee.
It's so strange.
Let me make sure I get this right. So the DL was a 5. So
Ooh.
Addie got a 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is, you've nailed it precisely. So that's a yes.
So
Arthur, what-
Lorenzo.
I got
Sorry?
a 6 too.
Lorenzo got a 6 as well.
Lorenzo got a 6 also. So
And
that's-
Franky.
Okay. So
Wow.
you've all got 6s.
Already got a 6 too.
What? Everybody gets 6. I got 2 1s.
Oh,
This is
Lenny.
cake. This is cake.
Lenny, your brain is mush.
So that's a no end.
Yep.
A no and.
So
Okay.
the door opens. I go rolling out of the fucking car, all passed out.
So you all notice, you all feeling a bit weird. You kind of like tense up and freeze for a minute. And you look over and see the kind of short guy standing next to Johnny V now has his like hand pointed at the car. And when that happens, Leonard kind of just either he doesn't pass out, right? But you kind of lurch forward into the back of the driver's seat and you bump into Arthur. And then Arthur, kind of falls onto the wheel and the car comes to a halt. Kind of skids, so you're not driving through now. You've kind of skidded, and you kind of bumped into the front of the other car.
Yeah, so like Artie's kind of like, oh, Lenny, what happened?
I don't know what's going on. Jeez, I don't. My head.
Are you okay? Are you okay? What happened? Do you not put your belt? Wait, we don't have seatbelts back then. Are you?
No.
You were squished back there. What happened?
Who cares about Lenny? Where's the guy with the gun?
There's a gun.
Lorenzo, of course it's the guy with the gun. What are you doing? Open your eyes. Put your glasses on.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I grabbed the bottle that Lenny shoved into my mouth. I now shove into Lenny's mouth. I try to get it up in there to help.
Perfect.
Does this help?
No, get that out of here.
Addie's gonna
Where- how-
feel
hop
that?
out of the car with her gun.
Oh, I got such a
my
headache now.
Okay, so when that happens, the car kind of skids to a halt. You don't crash into the other car. You just kind of just bump into the front of it. You look up and see Johnny V standing there, and then this short guy still kind of pointing at the car. Then all of a sudden you hear him start yelling. You can't hear what he's saying, but he is yelling. And then you see him, look over to Johnny V and start yelling, and then, look the other way and start shouting back behind you.
Franky, help me. One
Yeah.
of those guys has got a gun.
There's a gun.
I'll pop out of my side of the car and just take aim with the pistol.
Okay. Take aim at whomst.
Whoever has Addie said gun. Whoever's got gun.
Okay. So when you looked over, Johnny V and the short guy did not have guns. It was just the two by the truck with the Winchesters. And obviously Arthur took care of one of them. So there's just one back. Okay. So let's go ahead and roll for that.
All right. That is 4-5.
Obviously, this guy was shaken up by seeing the other guy he was with get turned into paste. So, yeah, you that was a yes and for Franky.
Nice. Yeah, I'll hit him, and I'll actually hit him like in the shoulder so that it causes his arm to flail and he drops the shotgun.
Okay, that sounds good. At that, you look forward. Everybody then sees. Here's the gunshot. Looks back, and then I'll look forward to see what's going on in front of them now, and you will see Johnny V standing there, and then he kind of looks back to the other guy and kind of starts making a run for him, and you get a look at the short guy standing next to him who he's got a suit, overcoat, and all that kind of stuff. Big winter coat, big long, what people in the 20s would wear. They wouldn't be wearing a parka, right?
Yeah,
It'd
like
just
an
be like a
overcoat.
long, like a long
overcoat,
tweed coat
duster.
or whatever. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You notice that he's completely bald, it doesn't look like he has like any hair on his head. There's no eyebrows or beard or hair or anything.
I get it.
And sorry,
What a
John.
freakazoid.
No, sorry. It's all good.
But he also has, you can see him kind of grimacing at you, and he's got like pointy teeth, right? He's got really small pointy teeth. And all of a sudden you see him turn around and he starts to run and he disappears. And you see kind of like a shimmering around him and he disappears. So everyone now who was looking can give me another shock roll.
Was that a shimmer?
Did
Shimmering.
Do I have any other ill effects, or does that pass? Like it was a thing and then it's gone.
It was just that thing that you kind of bumped into Arthur and bumped him.
Ooh,
6,
What-
baby.
what's the DL?
got a
For magic we said 4, right?
It depends on what's going on, right? I mean,
Ooh, hold on, let me go look on the magic-y thing.
I will say
while
that
you're doing-
I think right after Frankie shoots the other guy, Addie's gonna yell at Johnny V. She's gonna say, "Johnny, we're gonna shoot you off. You didn't stop. You better lay down."
But you see him running and he's going to run to the other guy. It doesn't look like he's coming to go you. I think he's more focused on the other guy that's in the back that got shot. So he's
Yeah, which is fine. But I'm just saying that's what Addie
Yeah.
was gonna say.
yeah.
Right, yeah.
so he's not coming at you. And so when you say that, he hears the voice and sees you and kind of like stops, and all of a sudden there's some recognition.
Mm-hmm.
But he's still looking back at you in the car, but he's kind of walking over to the other guy and he's kind of torn about.
Yeah, that's fine.
But he doesn't. Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing that he looks aggressive from him. He's kind of now confused, saying, "Holy shit, I recognize that voice,"
Yeah.
but also that guy's down, kind of thing. So he's kind of torn between that. I'm trying to think what one of the ones you had in here, John. I'm sorry for the delay. Hold, please.
Nope, you're fine. This is all editing. So, as far as magic stuff, you witness a killing DL2. You're in a car accident. 2. Missing time hallucinations is a 2. Human opponent attacks you with evident intent to kill or do serious harm. 3.
Yep.
Supernatural creature from a distance. 3. Although I don't know that we would necessarily know that per se, right? Like,
yeah.
I've
got. So obviously there was this weird looking guy with the pointy teeth and all that, and all of a sudden he turned around and you see like some shimmering in air and he disappeared. So you're not being teleported, but obviously something happened with this dude. So it's not a 7 because you guys haven't gone anywhere. So let's say this is a 5 because all of a sudden this dude disappeared.
Well, it's just, yeah.
Or did you
okay,
change
makes
that?
sense. Well, I was
No.
going to say you witness an obviously unnatural but not unnecessarily threatening omen or magical effect.
Yep.
Bleeding walls, talking cat, etc. That's a 3.
So let's do a 4 then, because
You for it?
this isn't anything at you, right? There's not some weird shit just happened, but it didn't affect you.
Yeah.
In your mind, all of a sudden there's one less person around you, so it's less danger to you. So let's say a 4.
Okay. Is this another roll, or is this the roll we just made?
No, this is the roll you just made.
Oh, okay.
I don't think
I
you
had
got
a
results
5.
for it. So you got it spot on.
Yep.
Okay.
I got a 6.
So that's a yes and, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Just a yes. Yes, and.
Yes and. Okay.
Yeah.
Lorenzo.
I got a 4.
So that's a
Yes,
That
but.
was
No, what?
no.
Oh
but-
no, was it a 4? A 4 was the DL.
Yeah, 4. Yeah. So you missed it by because you just hit it.
Yeah, so if you match it, it's a no but.
Yes,
right?
but.
Yes,
Yes,
but.
but.
Yes,
That's
but.
Yes,
that's
but
But yeah.
what I thought.
okay.
I've been
So-
reading the book. I've been reading the rules. I'm trying to get to know them. If you hit it right on, yes, but.
Yeah.
Yes, but
Yes, but
All right,
Is-
so that is now. So Addie, what did Addie get?
And you got a 5.
Okay, so you hit it
You got a yes.
dead on. And what about
Yes.
Arthur?
6 again.
nice.
Yes, and then right. Tell me
Yep.
those dice. So that's another one for Arthur. So we've got an and a but, right? So Arthur, what is your yes and?
Let's see. I think my and would be that I get the car started again, and as Giovanni's trying to make his way across the street, he smacks into him.
nice.
Okay, yeah. So when Johnny V was running over, he heard Addie shout, "Don't go over there! We're going to shoot you if you keep going," or something to that effect, right? So then he's all torn, and then Arthur, kind of steps on the gas, and maybe the other guy you hit with the back end of your car, and maybe Johnny V you hit with the front end of your car, and he just kind of tumbles and falls over. He doesn't go flying or sprawled, but you do knock him down where he's standing. If that
Yeah,
sounds
I'm not trying to kill him. I'm trying to incapacitate him.
good. Okay.
With a car.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey! If anybody knows how to drive a car, it's me.
Exactly. Oh yeah, you're nailing it. It's like you're a surgeon with this car. I love it.
Okay, so then for Lorenzo, it was a no but, right?
Yes, but
Oh, it was a yes but. I'm sorry. So Lorenzo, even though just some weird stuff happened, he's kind of like, okay, well, I'm not going to worry about that because we got all this other stuff going on. People flying around, getting hit by
I
cars,
can't
and
worry about
driving. Yeah. So what would the but be?
Well, hold on. So for a psyche roll, it's a different.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
So a yes, but you're working hard to hold it together, but you're stunned for a frame.
Okay. You're stunned for a frame. And that's not the roll. That's just a.
That's
We're not-
that's the result for a missed shock. So essentially, this is a shock check, is what we're making.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's stunned essentially.
Yeah, but we don't have to roll effects or anything, right? Because it's just that. He's
Yeah,
just
it's
stunned for
it's just
for
that.
frame.
Yep.
Okay. So then, you're looking around and all of a sudden you kind of freeze up and, your eyes are darting back and forth, Addie
Yes!
yelled at Johnny V, and then all of a sudden Arthur clipped him and you see this guy disappear. So your eyes are just like darting around everywhere.
Oh, I don't know about this anymore.
So Arthur starts driving, clips Johnny V. So we've resolved everything, right? It was just Arthur and Lorenzo, right?
Yep.
You see this little weird guy disappear, little weird short guy disappear. Johnny V got clipped, and Lorenzo's kind of frozen up in the middle of the back seat, his eyes darting around. So what do you guys do next?
Franky right now just kind of like hold on to the frame of the car. Still has the pistol out, but he's just making sure, like, if he sees them try to aim back or anything like that, he'll just keep it trained, but he'll save the bullets for now.
I think Leonard's just like, they said this was going to be easy. What's going on? Where'd that guy go? What the hell's going on?
Yeah, I mean, Addie's not doing anything. She's more just like watching to see what happens next. Like, she doesn't necessarily want to kill any more people. So she's probably like, "Alrighty, pull the car over here."
Listen, I just winged him. Okay, I didn't kill him.
And so, like, Arthur just is kind of like, he's got his cool, but he's just kind of like, so are we getting the truck? Are we not getting the truck? What's happening?
We gotta go
Why
get the
would they
truck.
shoot us?
We don't know.
Why don't you go ask him, Lenny?
Let's go talk. Let's
Why
go
am
talk
I
to
gonna
Franky.
do it?
I'm just kidding.
That's
We're kind of in a
Frankie's job.
situation here.
Let's
But
go talk
what
to
happens
Pete.
if we don't bring the truck back?
Bad things.
Bad things. He like points it at. He's like shaking his waving his finger.
Well, calm down, Lenny. Just pull over the car, Artie. We need to go talk to him. We need to find out what Johnny's doing over here and why they were shooting at us. And maybe I don't know. Maybe it's some sort of turf war. I don't know what's going on. Why would they be shooting at us?
So I guess I like get out of the car and like have the pistol out, but like not like confidently pointing the pistol. And that wouldn't be like really a fast talk roll then, would it?
Frankie will see Leonard get out and like holding the pistol up at him, and he'll just be like, he's like, I ain't know much, but I know that if you walk up to somebody pointing a gun at them, they ain't gonna like it too much. So you might want to drop that down a little bit first.
They were gonna shoot us.
And we're ready.
I was trying to leverage a fast talk roll, but I don't feel like that makes sense at this point. I think he just says, which one of you is Johnny? What's going on here?
So Johnny got clipped by Arthur. So he just kind of got knocked over, right? Arthur wasn't going very fast because it was at a stop. So he just kind of bumped him and knocked him over. You look over and see Johnny standing over the other guy that Franky shot. And so Addie recognized Johnny V. Would anyone else recognize him now that, all the stuff that was going on around now it's just one guy on the ground, another guy, over him, putting pressure on his shoulder. Would anyone else know or recognize Johnny V?
I recognize the
think I
name
do.
when you said it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think I do because my relationships with the new guy, just like over the occult stuff, like we met over that stuff. So like I don't know any of this.
Okay.
I feel like Frank, especially since they were like similar level on the pay scale, that he probably was at least tangentially familiar with him.
Okay. So who has gotten out of the car? Franky and Leonard, right?
Addie got out.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
No, I live in this car now. This is my home. I'm in I got my knees pulled up. I'm like kind of rock. I'm in my home now.
So we have to put an entry in for that, John, rolling on the trauma table that I live in the car. I live in the car now. I won't get out of this car. Okay, so
Car's my home.
You're gonna have to sign a lease, Lorenzo.
you're gonna pay rent.
Lorenzo does like a very nervous, shitty laugh.
So Kurt, I don't know if you heard. So Leonard and Franky got out of the car. Johnny V's over to the guy that Franky shot, and he's kind of just putting pressure on his shoulder. Franky and Addie both know Johnny V from before. Leonard said he doesn't. Would Johnny V be someone you knew? So obviously he used to, he was kind of Franky's level. He was just like a foot soldier, but for the old boss before the new boss came in.
Yeah, I would say that Arthur pretty much kind of knows everybody in one aspect or another.
Okay.
So I'll let the dice decide. Somebody say high or low.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you. Hi.
Hey.
Yeah. So he actually knows him pretty well.
Okay.
He maybe had got him some things here and there. Didn't really
Okay.
like him that much, but he did some things for him just because, he does things for people that he likes and he doesn't like. So,
Okay. So Franky and Addie and Leonard are all out of the car. Obviously, Lorenzo's living in the car, never leaving it
here.
again. So is Arthur staying in the car? Is he getting out?
oh yeah. If they have to make a quick escape, there's no way Arthur is leaving the wheel.
That's a good wheelman.
So Addie and Franky are out, and you see the guy who is Johnny V look over, and he's holding the pressure down on the guy's shoulder, and he looks over and goes, "Franky, Addie, what the hell are you doing here?" And who's the guy pointing the gun at me? It's a bit unsteadily. Please tell him to stop pointing and wiggling the gun at me. He doesn't look very sure with that gun.
Laney, put the gun down. What are you doing here? We're supposed to be here. We got a job, and then we drive up, and then there's guys with guns pointing at us like they're going to shoot us.
Sorry, John, were you going to say something?
I was just going to say, I kind of take the gun, like it's still out and kind of down by my side, but I don't put it away.
Mm. Okay. Yeah, it's just he wasn't very comfortable that there was a gun pointed at him. Actually, he was probably better for him. You kept waving it around. He was probably better off. If
Made him more nervous. This guy don't know what the fuck he's doing.
So then,
I will say, just before you continue, I want to insight him as he's talking to get a sense of is he lying to us? Does he not know we were supposed to come? You're where we were told to go. What the fuck? Yeah.
So let's have him talk to Franky and Leslie and Addie for a minute, and then you can go ahead and roll that, and you can play that out. How so? Johnny V just looks up and goes, "Meet up plan. I don't know why Buffalo people. I was supposed to be just delivering stuff to these guys, these Toronto guys. There was nothing ever about Buffalo meetup. Why do you think they pulled the guns on you when you pulled up? It was just supposed to be us two." So you want to go ahead and roll that?
Listen, I don't know what's going on. All I know is that we got hired to come here by Mr. Messina.
And when you say that, he kind of, tilts his head at you, kind of looks, and it's not like he's going to spit and then, swear in Italian or something, but, he just kind of, cringes when you hear him say Messina. And Leonard kind of looks at him, and because obviously for what Leonard does, right, he's good at reading people, because that's the whole thing, right? There's really not much to what he's doing other than just reading people and feeding back what he thinks they want to hear.
Right.
So to Leonard, it looks like, Johnny V's completely shocked that A, that other people showed up, and B, that it was Franky and Addie were part of that people that showed up, because obviously he knew them from before. So from what Johnny V's saying, that this was supposed to be a delivery to some Toronto people, and there was never any kind of Buffalo piece of this that was supposed to be involved.
So he leans in towards Addie and says, he's telling the truth. Maybe the boss set us up. Maybe they're trying to steal the load. I think Johnny's telling the truth.
I don't know. I'm so confused.
Well, here's the problem that we're running into, Johnny. See, we promised Mr. Messina that we'd pick up this truck and bring it back to him. And now we kind of got to do that, because if we go back without the truck, then we're pretty much as good as dead. We're gonna find ourselves in the harbor over there.
Look, I don't care who takes this stupid truck. I was just hired to deliver this truck over to these guys. I don't care if it goes missing or not, because next I'll be making myself go missing. But can one of you guys come help take a look at this guy here? Just anybody? Is there a doctor in the house? Did somebody come give me a hand? Tie this guy up. Tie this thing off.
I think Franky will actually walk over to that guy and kind of stand over him. And he has like the pistol very kind of loose in his hand. And he's like, "Hey, listen there, buddy. I'm really sorry that I shot you. I didn't, you had the gun and everything, and it looked like you were gonna try to shoot me. So I'm sorry for all that there. We good?"
So the guy on the ground. Oh, should we leave this up? Yeah, we'll leave it up. So you guys picked high for the other one. Pick high or low.
No.
Low. So the guy looks up, and obviously you winged him, right? You didn't hit him, and he was like, "Yeah, business is business, buddy. I know how it is. This ain't the first time I got someone shooting at me. I'm just a delivery guy. I don't want to be involved in all this crap. I don't know what's going on. Me and you.
Oh, that's good. All right, so you're
yeah.
not gonna mind then when we take the truck, right? Like we're good.
Look, it's not like my name's on the truck. If the truck disappears, then I just got to go tell everybody what happened. And it's not like I'll be making it up. I got something to show him, and he kind of wiggles his shoulder a bit and goes, "Oh, I got some evidence to show something."
He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and then he'll reach and like take a handkerchief out of his back pocket and like pat it down on the guy and be like, that might help."
Yeah, thanks for that, buddy. We've all been here before. We just do what we're told. We're not told anything more than do this and go there. So,
Who is the weird guy from Toronto? Did you see him? Because that was very strange. Because I could have swore to God he just disappeared on me.
Oh yeah, it looked like he jumped behind a tree or something, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It's very weird. Who was that?
Is he hiding behind a bush?
Go on a snipe hunt, go try to chase him out. So the guy on the ground just says, I don't know who that guy was. I was just told to come pick up his truck and take it back up to Toronto. And then Vinny kind of, you see him, he finishes tying off the handkerchief. He says he thanks Franky for throwing down the handkerchief. Obviously, these guys are good at, stanching bleed. It's not the first time these guys have been shot at. So, he's kind of working them over a bit. And Johnny V, you see him kind of shaking. Guy gave me the super creeps. Let me tell you, I just want to get this straight, right? So he looks at the guy on the ground and he looks over at you guys and goes, I ain't involved in anybody. I ain't affiliated with anybody. Once the old boss, once he died and Messina took over, God forbid, I don't have anything against the new guy, but it's just someone I didn't know. I was always in with the old guy. So I just had a bit of money, struck out for myself, just doing some jobs on the, doing some jobs on the side, just picking up work here and there. And he kind of looks around and goes, that's that Arthur guy, right? He's driving. Yeah, he knows how it is. You just pick up work here and there. That's all I've been doing. I was just told that I needed to make a delivery from a distillery from this guy over to the Toronto guys. And yeah, I was just here as a mule. That was the only thing I was doing. But yeah, that guy, I don't know. Yeah, he gave me really weird vibes. I don't know.
Don't worry about it, John. Yeah. It's not that we're not going to tell you name or nothing like that. You're fine. And he looks down at the Toronto, that the guy shot, and he's like, you paid him too, right? Like, you paid Johnny, he's all good? Johnny, he paid you, right?
I wasn't the one that was doing that. I was just here to drive and pick stuff up. Go.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you should have gotten paid. And he'll look, and he's like gesturing with the pistol too. He's like, give Johnny some money for this. Like he deserves a little bit of money. What do you got on you? Give it to Johnny here.
Give me your wallet. Look, buddy, I ain't got no money on me. I ain't got that much. Let him go take a crate off the truck. What do I care? It's gone anyway. Just let him go.
Well, no, because we gotta take that back to Mr. Messina. Nothing's coming off the truck. What do you got? Do you got a watch on you or something? Give it to Johnny here.
Don't take anything out of the truck.
So the guy on the ground will kind of look up at Johnny V and just say, "Look, let's exchange details. You saved me, so I probably owed you a bit more over and top what you were supposed to be getting paid. You tied this up really good, so maybe I'll come do some extra jobs for you if you need some help on the side, or I can scare up some money. Fine. Just." And so he looks up at you and goes, "Look, buddy, we'll sort it out. I'll get it squared away. I mean, this is name Johnny V. Yeah, we'll make sure we get it. He'll get what he got. I was going to say he'll get what he got coming to him, but that sounds bad. No, I'll make sure he's made whole, buddy. So take my word on that." And then Johnny V kind of looks over to Franky and says, "Yeah, don't worry, we'll sort this out."
All right, so you're good with okay. All right. As long as you're good, then I'm good.
So then Johnny V will look back to the car and shout, "You sure I just can't take one of those boxes off that truck?"
Absolutely not. That's our shipment. You can't touch anything in there. Oh, by the way,
yelling from the car.
Yeah, it's just like sticking out of the open back door. Make sure we open it up and check it out that we have what we need. Ooh.
I think.
Oh, that's a good point, Lenny. Why don't you open it up and make sure that Addie's getting what she wanted.
Well, I mean, for sure. We should check before we leave. But you guys aren't going to say anything, right? I mean, like, you can't tell them that we took the truck back to Messina. You know that, right? I mean, that's gonna start a lot of trouble.
Listen, that's not a problem. Like, that's Messina's problem. If he's picking a fight with these people, then he'll just have to handle that. We're just doing a job.
I think Mr. Messina was kind of counting on that, honestly.
Probably so.
I look around incredulously, like this is not what I expected.
So, Johnny V and the guy on the ground look up, and so Johnny V looks at Franky, and Addie moves back and forth. Look, I'm not going to try to, I ain't going to put you in the middle of this. As I said, I'm an independent contractor now. I don't want to get involved in any of this stuff. This is why I left originally. I don't want to get caught up in any kind of kind of turf war between anybody. So as far as I'm concerned, that creepy guy, he didn't show up, or he took off with the truck. Don't worry, me and my buddy here on the ground, we'll come up with a good story. We'll figure something out. Either that guy took it or he never showed up. That's don't worry. I'll keep your guys' names out of anybody's mouth.
When everybody keeps talking about the creepy guy and disappearing and all, I'd like to. So I rolled an occult check. I don't know what the DL would be like. Is there anything like? Does anything about it like? Set off any spider senses, right? Like even if the DL is like a 5 or a 6, right? Like maybe I didn't make it.
So let's say that it is a no but, right? So
okay,
you don't know what was going on. It's just this really short guy all of a sudden just disappeared, and everybody got this weird feeling when you were driving up before, right? But it seemed to only affect you when he was kind of pointing at the car with his hand. You seemed to be the only one affected by it. Everyone else was all right because that's when you bumped into Arthur, and that
sensitive
happened.
to the spirits.
Exactly. So you have no idea, but obviously that something happened then, and the friggin' guy disappeared, right? So
yeah. Okay.
You're because I think the way you were playing it before, John, is you tended to be a bit, I'm just going to do this. This is almost, fleecing the pigeons, right? I'll read back to them what they say and what they feel. But you also did the tarot reading that kind of went a bit awry.
Right.
Now shit's gone a bit awry now.
Yeah.
And also everyone else in the car seemed to be fine. And this guy disappeared. So yeah, you don't know who that guy was or what that guy was, but something went down, and it's not anything it's not, pulling cheesecloth out and, doing any kind of sleight of hand kind of stuff. So there is something that you're feeling that there's something weird going on here.
All right. So I'm thinking about this as I go over towards the back of the truck and pull the canvas back and look to, make sure that there's this much in the truck that's this big.
Is it all there, Leonard? Is it all there?
Yeah, hold on. He pulls out. I guess is there enough light with the moonlight for me to see? Does the truck look like it's full? Or as full as what we would expect that it would be.
So I think Vinny said as long as the truck's this big, as long as it comes back with that much in it, he wasn't obviously to Lorenzo's chagrin. He wasn't very descriptive on how many units were in there.
That is absolutely terrible.
How many gross?
There's a lot of cases in here, Lorenzo. I think it's okay.
A lot of cases? Well, I guess that's fine then.
So when Leonard jumps up into it, right, there's not that much room for him to get in. So he can hop up on the bed and, there's just enough space for him to get up onto it. He can't
I figure like I'm on the bumper.
Yeah, exactly right. So it is. Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Walcott, is that full? Vinny said that it was supposed to be full.
It looks full. I'm assuming that all these have liquor in them or whatever.
Franky, don't let anybody take anything out of the truck.
So while the guys are out, there's nobody pulling guns on each other. There seems to be, cordial talk between everybody. I think it's been decided, you guys, you're going to take that truck back. And I think just from talking to Johnny V and the guy on the ground, they don't really care one way or the other, right? And they said they'll make sure that, there's no references to Addie or Franky or Messina or Buffalo or any of that. For all intents and purposes, they're willing to pin it on the weird guy that kind of disappeared on them. So Arthur, you're kind of looking back in your mirror and you can see everybody talking. So what are you going to do? You see everybody just talking. You're still in the car, but everything seems to have settled down a bit.
Yeah, I think Artie would probably come out and probably just be like, come over and just be like, so what's the situation here? We got this truck now?
I think it's all handled. I mean, if we've got everything, do they have a ride? Are we just leaving them here like this, or we're kind of in the middle of nowhere?
There's the other car
there.
still there. Yeah, I was gonna say the other car's still there.
Yeah. So Franky will look down at the guy and he's like, "You good? You can drive that? You need help loading your friend in the trunk? We can get him in there for you."
I'm still alive. Don't put me in the trunk.
So I think Johnny V looks over to the other guy that was there beforehand, who's all crumpled up against the truck. And he looks down at the guy on the ground who is helping. And that guy says, I don't know who that guy was. They just fixed me up with him to drive this truck out, or drive this car out and pick up this truck and drive it back. So I have no idea who that guy is. And you hear they kind of lean down and talk for a minute. And Johnny V says, yeah, me and my new buddy here, we'll go ahead and take that car and leave. And maybe, all of a sudden you see the both of them like cross themselves real quick. Maybe we leave this other guy here. Maybe it give credence to the fact that something went pear-shaped here that we weren't in control of. So they're unceremoniously going to leave the guy that already made go fly into the truck. They're going to leave him there. And Johnny V says, "Yeah, we'll just take the other car and we'll head back up to Toronto. Maybe not right away. We maybe find somewhere to stop in St. Catharines, but we're gonna head back. We'll go ahead and take that car back up."
Seems all right to me. Okay, so we got everything. Everybody feel good?
Seems like-
That looks good.
All right. Okay, Artie, I got your car. I'm ready. Okay, so it's 2 clicks to start, and then if everything's fine, then we're good. But then if it makes the noises, but it's like 3 noises. What are the noises again? You're gonna have to tell me. It's like a yang 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 or a ooh ooh ooh.
No, it's not. Yeah.
The ay is right. If there's 3, if it's an ay, then it's got to be the 3 clicks after you stop it. Okay, I got it.
Perfect.
Hey, you mind if I ride back with you? It doesn't look like there's going to be a whole lot of room in a truck.
Of course. Hop on in.
Yeah. So Johnny V, while Artie and Addie are talking over the woo woo woos and getting the car going, Johnny V will grab the keys for the truck from the guy and he'll kind of throw them. Because Artie, you said you didn't really know Johnny V before, right? There wasn't.
No, he
didn't
said he knew him
recognize
pretty good.
Oh, you did? Okay, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. So when you first got out of the car, Johnny V kind of looked over and, kind of recognized you and registered. And when he comes over to give you the keys to the truck, he just says, "Hey, Artie, do me a favor. We got to try to get back up to Toronto, and obviously we don't want any attention. We want to try to eliminate as much attention as we can. You got a good path for us to go up there. Don't hold out on me. I know you know all the tricks and all the back routes." And he kind of elbows you, kind of smiling.
So he wants to know like a good way back or something like that.
Yeah, back up to Toronto.
So normally he would probably not do it just because he said, like I said before, that I don't really like him that much, but he feels bad for hitting him. So I'll actually give him like a good safe way to do that.
Okay. When you tell him that, you go left, then go right, go up there. He looks over and goes, "I know it's been a while, Artie. We haven't really talked a lot recently, but I really appreciate this. So if we ever do bump into each other again, I owe you one."
And like when he says bump into each other, he kind of like cringes a little bit and he says, "You got it, pal."
Don't worry, no harm, no foul. There's those tires on the car. They're mostly just air. It's kind of just bumped into me and knocked me over a bit. And he kind of looks back to the other guy. Goes, yeah, it could have been worse. I could have been like that, that poor schlub back there, right? And he kind of elbows you again. And he says, "I really appreciate it, Artie. Thank you. As I said, if we ever bump into each other again, wink. I owe you one."
You got it.
Cool. So then, Johnny V gives Artie the keys to the truck, and Addie gets into the other car and goes through Artie's ritual to get it started and get it revved up.
Yep.
Artie like yells at Franky and he's like, "Franky, I need somebody. I need you."
Oh, is he frozen?
Yeah, I think so.
That's very contemplative.
Oh God, we should
Bye, Franky.
Shock roll. He's frozen in time.
Come back, Franky. I need you in the car.
I thought I could wait it out, but if you guys give me 2 minutes, I'll be right back.
Yeah,
While we
go
wait
ahead.
for Jesse to come back. One sec.
Yep.
Sorry, guys.
Yep.
What's wrong with Franky?
You know who's really good at that is Leslie, because every time Leslie's like contemplative, I'm like, she's frozen, and then she blinks. I'm like, no, she's still there. I'm like, wow.
Like a spider.
Is it dead? It's definitely dead. It's not dead.
My vampire ways, you know. We creatures of the dead, we don't need to actually move. Too many years playing Vampire the Masquerade.
Oh.
Never LARP before.
What?
Yep.
No, me neither.
Such a blast. So much
There
fun.
he is.
No clue what happened.
I was trying to tell Frankie to get in the car, and then nothing happened. So I was like, "No, you don't want to come?" Okay.
Ooh.
I'll get in the car.
Actually, in the truck. He
The
already
truck,
wanted
yeah.
Oh,
to
that's
do
right. Yeah, I'm in the truck with Artie.
Everybody else is in the car.
Yep.
This is really enjoyable.
These characters are fun.
Yes.
They're like so ridiculous but fun
Right.
because they're so
We are
ridiculous.
we are not the people that should be doing this job.
No, we're a hot mess.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on, but it's just, yeah. I just foresee all of them just being like, nope, we're just going to blow shit up. We don't care what that was. Occult crap? We don't care. Nope, we're just going to kill it all.
Oh. I
Sorry.
mean, as long as we keep making those rolls, that's all that counts.
It's all great until it's not.
Okay, so
Right.
I think we left off that Artie was shouting to Frankie about riding in the truck with him, right?
Correct.
So then I'm guessing that's probably the only room in the truck because it is kind of stacked up in the back. So Lorenzo's happy that we've got a full manifest on the way back. And secondly, I don't think anybody would want to sit in the back of a
As long as the
1920s
shipment's
truck.
intact, it's fine. I'm staying in the back seat of the car.
So Addie's I'm not getting out of the car. So Addie's revving the car up, getting it. So it's going to be Lorenzo, Leonard, and Addie driving back in the car, and then Frankie and Artie driving the truck back. I'm guessing we'll use the roll for you guys driving back. You know, you made good time and all that kind of stuff. So I'm guessing Artie will be in the lead with the car behind because you know the way and you know. So you'll be going a bit slower back, but you know you're not going to run into any trouble because you mapped it out pretty well. But let's do this. In the truck, Frankie and Artie are just sitting there chatting or whatever. They're driving, and there's a bottle. I was going to say in the glove compartment, but I don't know if there'd be a glove compartment. Let's just say wedged into the seat. There's like a bottle there with like a mouthful or a couple swigs left in it. While they're driving back, it kind of bumps into Frankie's leg.
Yeah, I mean, when he got in, he probably, after 5 minutes, he probably starts checking through all the compartments and all that kind of stuff anyway, just out of boredom.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Rifling through shit.
Right.
Yeah, well, they're just chatting and whatever. But yeah, there is a bottle with maybe one pole left in it, one or two poles left in it.
Yeah. Does it have a label on it or anything, or?
No, it's just you wouldn't expect many labels to be on the kind of booze you guys are moving around.
That's a good point. Yeah.
But it is, yeah, it's just a bottle sitting there.
All right. Yeah, he'll look at it and then kind of give it a sniff. And if it passes the smell test, then he'll take the last swig or two out of it.
Let's have you make a roll on that. What could that
Roll
be?
for swig.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's a smell roll, John? What can we do?
I mean, just probably brains to identify it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yep.
Yeah. Identify the smell.
Go
Or
ahead.
does it smell bad? Does it smell funny? Yeah.
6.
Okay, that
All
is
smells.
a yes, and yeah, that doesn't smell like anything that you've ever smelt before. And you've been around some pretty bathtubby made.
Right. So
In your
does
line
it
of-
smell like alcohol at all, or?
It's got a very overpowering kind of like a sweetness to it, but like all kinds of other stuff intermingled with that. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
But it's missing that that
Boozy.
alcohol medicinal smell, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're used to, yeah, if you're
Yeah.
used to, if it's rot gut, you can, it smells like paint thinner, right? This,
Right, exactly, yeah.
as Leslie said before, drambuie. So it's got lots of herbal and hints of whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
it smells way too fancy than the stuff you're used to dealing with.
Right. Yeah, so he'll kind of crinkle his nose at that point and goes, "Hey, Artie, what do you know what they're transporting back there? What do we got back here? I mean, this stuff ain't smelling like the stuff we usually got." And he'll like wave it underneath Arthur's nose.
Shoot, can I do one too? I want to do a check for it.
Yep, go ahead.
he-
While you're
he's
driving, he
been around
waves
the
it under your
block.
nose.
Yeah. He's probably just gonna be like, whoa. That is a 5.
Okay, that would be a yes. Just a yes.
Okay. So what is it?
You can't identify it. It doesn't smell like anything you've done before. Also, it just, as I said, it smells too fancy for anything you're used to be dealing with. But,
Okay.
is it? You can't see in the light. Is it absinthe? Maybe it's absinthe. You can't tell the color or any of that. You used to. So it's not anything that you.
Right, there's no in-cabin lights or anything like that back in 1923, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Pull out your
So,
cell
like,
phone,
already-
shine it in the bottle.
Right, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah,
do
so
a
Artie
Google.
would probably
A Google lookup.
Okay.
Go look up this bottle and see what it is.
Yeah.
no kidding. Yeah, so I think Artie would be like, "Whoa, that smells great. It's nothing I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of stuff. I've gotten things here and there. I've been kind of around the block, and you know what I'm really thinking is I'm thinking like, if this is what it is, and we no one's ever really seen it, like that's gonna be like cash money for Addie. Or her
Oh,
share.
it's feels a little too hoity-toity for me. I'm used to just like a shot of whiskey or something like that. But if this is what the people are into now, then yeah, why not?
You gotta expand your palate, bud. You gotta do something a little different. You can't just stick with the same swill. You gotta open your mind.
I mean, I guess I get and he'll kind of like feel the bottle again and be like, give it another sniff. It's like, all right, yeah, sure, and he'll down the last swig then.
All right. While you take that drink, Franky swigs it back. It's almost a cloying taste, right? It's kind of thick, and as I said, it's got all kinds of different tastes to it that you weren't expecting. And after you swallow it, you kind of lean your head back, and all of a sudden Franky feels nice and relaxed. And he can hear Artie talking to him, but he can just hear the sounds. He doesn't really hear what he's saying. So while they're driving, Franky just has a giant smile on his face. His eyes get all dilated, and he's head to the side, giant smile, while Artie's talking and pointing. If you want to go that way, that's how you get to here, and then good way to go around that. And we'll leave Franky drifting off.
Probably just sounds like.
Like the Charlie
That's
Brown
adults.
schema.
Yeah.
But Artie's used to doing long road trips, so he's just talking at Franky, not with Franky, and Franky's just kind of all mellowed out and
Start seeing sitar music in the background.
we'll see where Franky goes next. We'll leave that one there. So the truck's driving back. Franky is where Franky is, and Artie's chatting away. In the other car, and not in the other car, but in the car, Addie's driving. Is anyone up front with her?
I'm probably up front.
Lenny is, yeah.
Okay. And Lorenzo, are you still just in the middle, in between the seats, leaning forward?
Yeah, I'm just in the middle, kind of just looking back and forth. I'm clutching my books because that was very strange, pickup we just did. Is that what they're always like? I just kind of like mumbling to myself, like, is that how that works? Is that how that goes? That can't be how that goes, can it, Lenny?
Do you think? I mean, I don't know if they lied to us. I mean, I've never done anything like this before. I mean, I read read Mr. Messino's fortunes. I mean, I've never run bootleg liquor before. But if I mean, they said it was going to be fine, and the Johnny guy, he said he didn't know anything about it. So somebody's lying somewhere. I got the impression that Johnny believed what he said.
I'm not sure, Lenny. Vinny didn't say that we were going to have any problems, but he did make sure that we both had pistols. So I'm thinking maybe he thought there'd be something, maybe.
It's very irresponsible logistically, and just from the standpoint of a business transaction, that wasn't anything proper at all.
No, Lorenzo, we just stole a whole truck full of illegal alcohol.
We stole it.
Right.
Right.
I mean, why wouldn't he tell us though? Right? Like, I mean, if he wanted us to, like, if we were going to steal it, I mean, would it be? I mean, what if they would have shot us? I mean, then we'd be dead, and they wouldn't have the alcohol.
So I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, Lenny. All I can tell you is, we don't carry around these guns just for looks, right? This is usually a dangerous business. You never know what's going to happen with these people. Besides which, there was something strange. I saw something strange. I know you said that somebody went behind a tree, or maybe they went into a bush. I don't know.
It was a
All
shimmer.
I'm telling you is what I saw was somebody looked like he disappeared. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
That's what I saw too, Addie. I can confirm. Stupid. I can confirm that totally. He just disappeared in a shimmer.
There was something very strange there, and that was just
Very,
really,
very
really
strange.
weird, Lenny. Lorenzo, I don't know. Yeah,
This is going to be a pain in the ass to try to hide in the books. I tell you that much. I mean, I'll do it, but
I don't think you have to account for the guy who disappeared. But
I'm sorry. I have to account for everything, Lenny.
I get a sense of because I can communicate with the spirits, and he kind of looks askance at the two of you, and he says,
"Yeah, we know you can talk to spirits."
I got the real sense that something actually happened.
It was very unnatural, and it made me very uncomfortable. You know that feeling in the pit of your stomach, like you kind of want to throw up. It just kind of made me want to throw up. It was very strange.
I do know
when,
that. Yeah.
When we drove up, I mean, you guys did. I felt like a really weird, but you guys seemed fine. I mean, I just like a really weird, it felt like a heaviness, and my head kind of hurt, and
What do you? Lenny, I don't know. You're the one who knows about these things. Listen, I sell alcohol. I hit things with a bat, and I shoot stuff occasionally. I have no idea.
That sums
You
up.
shoot
That pretty
people?
much sums it up.
What do you think the gun is for? It's not for looks.
Yeah, Lenny.
But
it's
I
not
didn't
the
know
looks.
but I didn't know you'd done it before. I mean, I hang out. I mean, I don't think liquor should be illegal, but I mean, I don't want to shoot anybody.
I mean, I don't either. I mean, that's why I start with the bat.
Yes, Lenny, there's very specific steps that she takes.
I like look up and away, like out at the moon, like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm having this conversation. Like, I shouldn't even be here. This is stupid. And I think he takes out his deck and he just starts he's fidgeting with it, pulling, kind of shuffling, pulling cards out and sticking them back in.
Maybe there's something that you know that I don't know. What do your cards tell you, Lenny? Because I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, well, I'll have to pull up a Google page first because I didn't bookmark that.
What the hell is a Google page? What are you talking about now, Lenny? Jesus, spirits talking with spirits and Google pages? What the? I like the page part of that, but I don't know what a Google is.
I should have bookmarked that the last time. Give me a minute.
I know what a bookmark is. Okay, I get that.
Okay, so Lorenzo, when you get home, you just need to take a hot bath. Take a hot bath, and tomorrow for lunch you need to eat really spicy food and beer. I'm telling you, you're going to really increase your constitution. Yeah. It's spicy food and beer and really hot baths.
In a hot bath. Okay, that'll probably feel nice. Yes, thank you, Addie. I'll take a nice hot bath, and then I'll look into this spicy beer and food thing. Nope.
No, spicy food and beer.
Spicy
I don't think you want spicy.
Beer.
I mean, spicy beer might be. I don't know.
It sounds intense.
So Lorenzo.
Yes.
What is your nickname? I think I've always called you Lorenzo, but do you really go by Squints, or do you have something you prefer?
Oh, that's the guys call me Squints. They're just busting my nuggets. It's fine. It's all right. Everybody's got a nickname. I'm Squints.
But what do you want to be called? Well, I mean, I can call you anything.
Lorenzo starts to sweat profusely. You can call me whatever. You can call me Lorenzo's fine.
Okay, Lorenzo, that's fine.
Thank you, Addie.
Yeah, everybody calls me Addie. I mean, Addie, it's just the whole Adeline thing. It's very formal, and I'm just not a very formal person.
Right? Yeah, it'd be silly to call.
But when I was a bit of a bigger star, and I was up on when I was performing, then it was Adeline Clark, and that was really great. But I don't really do that very much.
It is a great name.
Thank you.
Adeline.
Thank you. It's not real.
It's a fake name.
Of course.
Right, of course it is. I know that. I know I have all your W-2s and other stuff.
It's a stage name. Okay, Lenny. I want to know what the spirits have to say about the little weird man, because the little weird man with the pointy teeth was very upsetting.
Oh, specifically about that. Oh, okay. All right. Well, let me think. He's holding the deck between both of his hands, and he flips up the top card, and it's a 7 of Pentacles. So upright 7 of Pentacles relates to investment effort. It follows the 6 of Pentacles, which refers to the end of financial or material hardship. And I kind of sit up a little bit more because I'm looking for one big score. So that sounds great for me. But specifically about that guy. I mean, it's more of a money. So it seems like it's more of what does it seem? I mean, the spirits tell me that it signifies that efforts are paying off. It follows the 6 of Pentacles, the end of material hardship, putting in the time and effort. It's almost a reaffirmation of long-term vision.
So whatever
Not-
this thing has been up to, whatever this man has been up to, this is like the outcome of it. So okay, so this is just like me throwing something out there. So maybe he was just making some deals, and this was like this alcohol was supposed to be something really great for him, but then we just took it. And if that's the case, then he might come after us to get it back. Ooh,
Wait,
we
God,
might
you
have
think
to
he might?
shoot more people.
I mean, well, but we're gonna drop it off, and then it's not ours anymore. I mean, we're just transporting everything. So like, then it's like you said, Addie, it's Mr. Messina's problem, right? I mean,
Yes, I think the bottles that he gave me, I'm gonna put them in different bottles because I don't really want him to be able to tell where it came from.
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So maybe if the card is right, that this is this guy's big play. Maybe it's
Yeah.
some big move on his part.
I hope
Maybe
it
he was
didn't
planning
make,
on
like, a
muscling
big-
in on Messina's territory, and Messina found out and sent us up there to go and steal it first.
That might be it.
It's strange that he wouldn't tell us, though.
I don't like that.
No, I don't like it either.
I just
Gonna have very strong words for Mr. Messina when I see him. Very strong.
you do that, Lorenzo. I know that he is going to be quaking in his boots.
I'm
So
looking
if
forward to it.
I bet you are. I bet you are. So if we ask Mr. Messina whether he knew about the other people trying to pick up the shit. I thought is it whiskey? It was supposed to be whiskey, right? If we're picking up the whiskey.
Yeah, I assume it's whiskey or air quotes bourbon.
I'm just wondering. We need to be careful because if this was this guy's big play and he's really very, very invested in what happens with these bottles, then we need to make sure that he can't trace it back to us. Because I don't need a big enemy. I don't need anything exciting. I just want to run my bar and occasionally make a little extra money. This was supposed to be extra money.
When you say you don't want to make a big enemy, I just get kind of real quiet and just sort of like shift uncomfortably in my seat.
Can I get an insight on that?
Roll it.
All right. So I have that's like a brains. Is that a brains roll?
Insight's more of a psyche roll.
Is psyche?
I'm just wondering what I would roll to, right? Because I feel like it's an opposed roll, probably.
Do you have any kind of not performance, but you do readings and stuff?
I do
Is there
have
any-
performance.
Yeah, well then roll that then. That sounds good.
So when you have a +1 on the skill, that's a +1 die, right?
Nope. +1 is plus
Plus
one
one
to whatever your roll
To the roll.
is.
Okay. All right. Couldn't remember.
The problem is I'm not performing, right? Like it's almost like an unconscious I don't know.
We could do psyche on psyche then.
Psyche
I
on
got a
psyche.
7.
You got a 7? Fuck. Can I alternate insight? Can we insight each other? No, I think for me it's a straight roll, right? Like I think it would just be a psyche roll. Like, do I give that up? And my high was a 6, so you beat me by 1.
Dueling insights.
What do I see? What is Addie insightful see?
So I think maybe this is up to Kevin. I feel like you catch that, right? Like
Okay.
you say, major enemy, whatever. And like I react to that and you notice it. Like you look over while I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
shit. There's something to that, right? Like you catch it, so like you understand that there's something more
Yeah.
to that,
yeah.
right? Like that would be my
Lenny
sense of it.
feels he's seen something or something's rubbing
Yeah.
him. Yeah, something standing out that it's not just a deal that's gone sideways. There's something going on, and
She kind of narrows her eyes and looks at him, and I think she gives him the look of like, I know what you're thinking, but I'm not going to say anything. Like, I'm not going to put you on the spot right now, but I just saw something.
And I think like he like looks down, like absolutely starts shuffling again and pulls another card.
She just says keeps driving.
And it is a one of wands. What the fuck's going on here? This site, I'm gonna have to bookmark a different site. Swords, cups, those wands, baby. No.
Wands and swords, I think, are.
Is it an ace? Oh, I guess it's the ace.
Ace of Wands.
Yeah. So he just looks down at it and then just like looks back up through the window. Upright wands is creation, willpower, inspiration, desire. And he he will read that to mean like the willpower to not say anything and just like ignore everything that's happening.
Well, it could also, I mean, it could tie in to the last one because it's also like growth and new opportunity and everything like that. So
No, but she didn't ask the question. So this was him like pulling a card,
Just pulling it.
like she noticed my uncomfortable reaction, and he's like, fucking, he's just like absolutely shuffling and like just pulls a card out. So it's like more for like him internally.
Nice.
So like he doesn't say anything out loud. He just kind of like flips it up, looks at it, and kind of like sticks it back in the deck.
Any new insights, Lenny?
Nope. I think that we need to speak to Mr. Messina when we get back. That seems like a very good plan, and to try to sound out what his intentions may have been. That's it.
You're right. Hopefully we didn't get ourselves into, anything too bad. I guess we'll see.
And I think that's a good place to leave it. So in the truck, Artie's chatting with Franky, and he's waving his hands around and pointing, and Franky's just leaned back as far as he can into the chair with a blank look and a huge smile on his face. And Lorenzo's sitting in between Leonard and Addie, with Leonard and Addie shooting each other looks, back and forth as they drive back to Buffalo.
Nice.
That was good.
All right.
Did it.
Well, I want to thank everybody for checking it out as we fumble our way through this new playtest for COREthulhu. If you are so inclined, check out Midwest Resin Geek. Kurt's wife Tracy makes all sorts of cool resin accoutrement. There's a link in the show notes for that. So please check that out. Their COREthulhu is available. Links for all the core stuff. We have a Patreon, whatever. It doesn't matter. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.